Network Interference is produced and distributed by Lunavox. Lunavox, that's the name we came up with. Please stand by.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Network Interference. My name is Shane and I'm joined by my daughter Marlo. And we are joined in the studio once again by our friend David Scott. Hey. David, welcome to the studio.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We're all doing great.
Yeah.
I think that you guys look great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm feeling great.
You looking pretty good.
Well, we're all looking,
Last time I seen you, you didn't have no mustache. Or no beard.
I know. Yeah. Now we both got one. We're Twinkies now.
Yeah.
I just now realized that. Yeah. We're Twinkies.
I cut mine off. Right. My wife got mad because my face looks weird without it. Without my beard.
You had to grow it back.
Yeah, I had to grow it back.
David's got a freaky chin that he doesn't want anybody to see.
I have the booty chin.
Yeah. Okay.
But what famous actors got the, what is that, a dimple?
Yeah, John Travolta. Yeah.
Look at that chin. It's like, how deep is that? You can hide stuff in there.
My grandmother told me, she said the deeper it is, that means you're a hard worker.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
She just made that up.
I work hard, though.
She just made that up. Yep. Well, Marlo, please tell us what brings us together here today.
Well, today we're going to be talking a lot about The Last of Us.
The Last of Us?
Yes, The Last of Us. Do you know?
That is a video game that we played. I remember that game.
It's a video game and has recently been turned into a TV show series.
A TV show series? I'm acting like I don't know what you're talking about. A TV show series?
Yes.
A television show series?
Yes. And so for the people that do not know what The Last of Us is about.
Like me.
Like you. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world and you follow Joel, who is a smuggler tasked with escorting a teenage girl named Ellie across the United States. And so they run into a lot of trouble along the way with hostile humans and zombie-like creatures that have been infected with a mutated fungus.
Whoa, that is heavy. That's heavy duty right there. A fungus, eh?
Yes.
A fungus.
Yes. And
There's a fungus among us?
There is a fungus among us.
Ay, ay, ay.
So the fungus that's in the game that they talk about is actually real. So in forests around the world, there's a species of fungus called cordyceps, which is the same thing that they talk about in the game.
Right.
And it's a species of fungus that infects ants and other insects. And so the fungi takes over their minds and makes their bodies do things to spread spores.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it only happens to insects. And so Neil Druckmann, who's the creator of the game and of the show, he probably saw, it was a Planet Earth special that was all about this. And it came out around 2006, and that's when he got the idea for the show.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if we got like a lot of that fungus and just threw it on somebody.
It doesn't do it for humans though. So luckily,
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But they've done research and everything, and it's not going to happen like that. It wouldn't happen with the fungi, and they actually use cordyceps in a lot of Chinese medicine. Okay. So it's perfectly healthy for humans.
It looks healthy. It looks perfectly healthy.
But you never know. Maybe, don't get mad at me, and if in 15 years, cordyceps kind of mutate.
I don't care how healthy a fungus looks. I don't want it. I'm not interested. So we've all played the game. Marlo, you and I played the game together.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience.
I really enjoyed playing the games together with you. When we played them, I played all of the parts like looting and...
it's not a two-player game.
It is not a two-player game.
It's a single-player game.
Yeah, so we had to kind of work it out so we could play it together. So I was playing the parts where we were just kind of walking around or just exploring the environment. I would try playing some of the shooting parts, but when I died, I would pass the controller over to you.
And then I would hand it back to you when all of the bad guys were dead.
And I could walk on my merry way.
You could just walk around some more because I can't handle the walking around.
Yeah, that's how we played the games together.
Now, how about you, David? You played the first game?
Yeah. Yeah, I played the first game, and I think my mother-in-law was staying with us, and she watched me play it, and she thought it was a real movie. Like, when I turned the game off, turned the application off, she's like, I thought that was a real movie, you know? Yeah.
I mean,
They
the
do a good
graphics are great.
Yeah,
They do a
very
good job of telling that story.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that critics and gamers alike seem to praise about this game series.
Yeah, awesome game.
Marlo, what is your favorite aspect of the game?
Well, when I'm looking for a game to play or like a movie to watch, I definitely like coming of age stories, which is what Ellie's part of the story was about. It's her coming of age. And then it has zombies in it, which I love zombies.
So you were drawn to the story.
Yes.
And the zombies. David, what was your favorite aspect of the first Last of Us?
I like the storyline, like especially when it first. Well, this is kind of a spoiler. The game.
Hold on, before I talk with David anymore, because I can look into David's eyes, and he's going into spoilery territory. He's about to spoil it for everybody.
Okay, go ahead and spoil it.
So
for us.
let's just give the spoiler alert. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
It's time to stop listening to the conversation if you intend to play the game but haven't played it yet.
Dang, I don't want to get a spoiler now.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
We've already
Now
gave
you
it.
can.
Okay.
We've
Yeah.
already sent
Yes,
everybody
please.
home.
Okay.
We've sent everybody, we've told everyone who doesn't want to know what you're about to say to turn off their radio.
Okay.
Is this a radio? Or are we on the radio right now?
Yes.
Is that what this is?
We're
Is
on
this
the
a radio show?
It's a podcast.
A what?
A podcast.
A podcast.
Yes.
That's like a radio show, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially. Okay. All right. So we've
called
already told
something
them to
else.
turn off the radio.
Okay.
So you can say whatever you want.
Okay. Well, that's
Joel gets killed.
no. But like when I first got the game, I was like, when you buy a game, you don't know if it's going to be good or not. But as soon as you start playing that game, and when the outbreak first comes out, and Joel has to get his daughter out of there, and what happens to his daughter,
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that part happened, I was just into the game then.
I
Yeah.
know. They did a really good job making the very beginning of the game just really engaging.
Yeah.
Even though it was just you're just playing the girl and you weren't doing too much, I just felt like I always like movies and TV shows that are about the apocalypse where they show the very beginning.
Yeah.
And so I appreciated being able to see that.
Yeah. It drove me into the game, and then after that, then they showed the movie part, and it took a while before you start playing it again. Then after that, it just gets back exciting. The game is just excited through the whole thing.
Yeah, for
It
such
has
a dreary game, it is pretty exciting. I
Yeah.
felt like I felt really involved in it. Yeah.
You enjoyed it from beginning to end.
I mean, it won multiple Game of the Year awards for a reason. How about you, Dad? What's your favorite aspect of the game?
The bricks
Okay.
and the bottles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a very good shot. And if you're not a good shot, if you're not good with the guns,
You were pretty good with the
I'm
guns,
okay with
but
the guns.
yeah.
I'm okay with the guns. I'm not great.
We passed the game. We got through the game. So
Well, I'll tell you,
telling us something.
in Uncharted, you never run out of bullets. Ever in
Yeah.
Uncharted. Always outnumbered, never outgunned. Guns all over the place
Oh,
in
yeah.
Uncharted, right?
Yeah.
Nathan Drake in Uncharted's got a machine gun in one hand and, a pistol with like 52 bullets in
Yep.
it in the other hand. And in The Last of Us, again, made by the same company, Naughty Dog, you might have 3 bullets.
Does that make The Last of Us harder to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so.
So when you only have 3 bullets, you've got to be a really good shot.
The game is mainly sneaking around. So like throw the bottle over the guy, he turns around, you can just walk up on him, stab him in the neck.
It stuns them.
Yeah.
That's why I like the bricks so much and the bottles. It doesn't matter, a brick or a bottle. Right? They're all over the place. And in this game, you're always outnumbered, but you're never out bricked.
Yeah, there's
And you're
there's
never
always
out.
enough enough bricks.
You're never out bottled. You're never going to run out of bricks and bottles, but you're always going to run out of bullets. So thank you, Naughty Dog,
Yeah.
for giving me so many bricks and bottles to throw at my enemies.
I've actually got lucky on sometimes. Like if there's clickers over here and there's people over there and I don't have enough bullets, I'll throw a brick close to the clickers
yeah.
and guide them
That's right.
over there and they'll start fighting each other.
Yes, we love doing that, especially in the second game. We did that a lot, and
Yeah.
that was awesome.
That's got me out of a lot of bad spots.
Yeah.
Marlo, do you have anything?
Do I
that
have
just
something?
kind of gets on your nerves a little bit about the game?
Yeah.
Something you don't like as much as the coming of age zombie movie romance that you were talking about?
Well, after a while, it does get a little tedious having to loot so much. There's so much looting in that game.
I didn't mind the looting so much, and I'll tell you why.
I bet you didn't mind them looting a lot.
I didn't mind
I
the
was
looting so much
doing
because
it.
I really didn't have to do much of the looting.
Yeah.
Because what I didn't like, even though I still didn't have to do this,
Yeah, what didn't you like?
the crafting. Now, I can handle a little bit of looting, but crafting all of that stuff,
Because it makes it a little bit more realistic,
Yeah,
right?
I can see, making more realistic because it's in the apocalypse. You know, like for real life, if that happened.
You're not going to have many bullets.
Yeah,
in
The Walking
Apocalypse.
Dead,
Yeah.
they had to loot to craft stuff to survive.
this first game is like a 20-hour game, right? 15 to 20 hours. Probably took us about 20 hours to do it. Would you agree that if you took out all of the looting and all of the crafting, that we could have beat that game in 2.5 hours?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the first game because Ellie can't swim. So that really makes it annoying. She
the
should have
start.
swam in the first game. If you took out all of the parts where Ellie could not swim and Joel had to find a pallet, that game would be an hour and 45 minutes long. The game, the game would
It'd be a
an hour
little
and 45
longer. It
minutes
would be
long.
a little longer than that.
If you took out the looting and took out the crafting
And then took out her.
and then
not being
also
able to
took
swim.
out Ellie not being able to swim and Joel having to look for a wooden pallet,
Oh, yeah, it'd be a lot shorter.
Oh, yeah, way
Yeah.
shorter.
we're talking an hour and a half game.
Yeah.
Hour and a half game. It's just an hour and a half of killing zombies.
Yeah.
And then it's 18 and a half hours, I guess, of getting Ellie across a stream or something. Joel is always looking for seemingly the exact same plank of wood to get her across from
Yeah.
point A to point B.
Yeah.
And it's always there. Wherever they go, there's this little pallet. It's
Yeah.
like a wooden pallet. And I don't think that wooden pallets can float like that. But in that game, the wooden pallets can float just like they were inflatable tubes or something. I know they're already working on the third game now, but I wish they could go back to the first game and teach Ellie how to swim about, maybe halfway through. Halfway through, teach her how to swim.
Yeah.
Stop working on the third game right now. And let's go back and fix that first game.
Fix that part of it.
From 2013. Let's go ahead and get that first game fixed up, boys, before you go into the third game. Seriously. Let's move the conversation into talking about this HBO show.
Well, so Joel is played by Pedro Pascal and Ellie is played by Bella Ramsey, and it debuted on HBO Max in 2023.
I thought it was awesome. I like that they stuck with the game. They used bottles and
They sure
Yes,
did.
they added a lot of stuff like
there
that.
was some stuff.
Dude,
They did some looting. I saw some looting.
Yeah, they
in the
definitely
game.
did some looting.
yeah.
Yeah, I really did like the show for the most part.
And I liked it for the most part, too. I thought they did a great job adapting this game, much better than Uncharted did adapting that game.
I liked how the directors kind of added more of their own details to the story. When the mycologist came in and she's basically saying that there's no hope and we have to bomb these cities because of the fungus. I thought that was interesting. And then the last episode when Ellie's mom was in it.
Yeah.
And did you know that was played by Ashley Johnson, who's the voice actress of Ellie?
No, I
Yeah.
did not.
Oh, I
That's
didn't know that.
interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I really liked that whole scene just to know about how Ellie is immune and everything. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, because she got bit right before she died or had the baby.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good part. Yeah.
and that was an addition that was in the series that was not in the video game.
Yes, exactly. So I thought that was kind of cool.
What I did love about the series was that it looked just like the game.
It did.
My favorite part about the series was the large open exterior locations, the post-apocalyptic cities that are grown up with all the vegetation and everything. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The special effects for creating that world were just top-notch.
Yeah.
Really, really well done.
Yeah, like the part when they went to that school, the college, and
Right,
they showed
right,
the
right,
monkeys
right.
and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they didn't have to put that in, but I'm glad they put it in there because it's for the gamers. But for
Yeah.
for people who've never played the game, they wouldn't have cared if there was monkeys. Or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. And also the giraffes.
Yeah, the draft. Yeah.
That was a real giraffe, by the way. I
Oh, it
thought
was?
that it was a fake giraffe, but yeah, they brought in a real giraffe for
Yeah.
that scene.
I was just happy it was there when
Yeah.
the giraffe came.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh,
Hey,
because that was
there's the
that
giraffe.
that was a hopeful scene right
Yeah.
after that really terrible
Right.
scene right before. So
Right, right.
Troy Baker, who's the voice of Joel, he played James, who's a member of the cannibal group and was trying to kill Ellie. And so he was in there. And then Jeffrey Pierce, who's the voice actor of Tommy, played Perry, who was a resistance leader, second hand in command. So Christy Lee and Philip Kovacs, they did the clicker noises for the game, and they also did it for the show, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, so the same people who made the clicker sounds, the zombie sounds in both games,
Yes.
the same ones that came back for the show.
Yes.
So the clicker sound,
I can't do one.
how do
I
you do it?
can't.
How did the clicker sound?
It's like a mix of screeching and echolocation. So
Right. Yeah. So what are they doing? They're like bats, right? They,
yeah,
they-
yeah. So they're basically
They're
since
blind.
they can't they're blind, they can't see. So they're making the clicking noises like this. Do a click noise.
That's me. I'm doing this. This is my imitation. I'm pretty good at it. This is my audition for The Last of Us Part 3. I don't even think you need those two people anymore.
Just need you.
This is the way they need to sound. They need.
That sounds pretty good.
Good. Oh my god.
I think that's.
You got to
Yeah,
make
that
a
was pretty
sound when they suspect somebody's around. Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Give me a call if you're interested. You've heard what I can do, Naughty Dog. You heard what I can do. Just a little sample. I can do all kinds of. Zombie sounds. I'll come to every single episode if you just let me. And I'll be in the background. You're going. Okay, so Marlo, we also played The Last of Us Part 2.
We sure did.
How was that a different experience than playing The Last of Us Part 1?
Okay, so this game is basically intertwining the lives of Ellie, who we know, and another character, Abby. And they are both seeking out revenge.
So the first game was an escort mission.
Yes.
And the second game is a couple of revenge scenarios going back and forth between two characters, and they're both seeking revenge. And by the end of the game, they converge.
Neil Druckmann said that while The Last of Us is about the extreme measures one would take for love, Part 2 is more about how far one would go to bring justice for those they love. Did you like it?
Did I like the second game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing both of the games. I like the second game about as much as the first game. I will say that it felt like the second game went on forever. forever. It really
Oh
felt
my
a
gosh.
lot longer
It really
than
did.
the first game. About halfway through the game, it feels like it's over.
And
then it's
then-
like it goes on.
Yes.
And then it feels like it's over again. And then a few hours later, feels like it's over again, but it's not. It keeps going.
Yeah, it was really frustrating, especially the first time that there was the switch between Ellie and Abby. And I just remember we were really upset about having to play Abby at the very beginning, just because it was starting a whole new game over again.
Yeah.
It was really annoying.
There's a few differences so that it feels different playing each of those characters. But, I don't really care who I'm playing. Just give me some bricks, give me some bottles, and give me some clickers, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's all I need. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for.
So how long was that game? Was it longer than the first?
The second game, I believe, was 123 hours. I think it was 123 hours long. It depends on how much looting you do.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 97 and 125. Somewhere between in that range.
Yeah. I think I'm at 97 right now.
I think it's around 24 hours if you're not dying or anything, I'm
Okay.
Well,
assuming. So
it's-
we probably
what did they
played
say?
longer than 24
It's probably like
hours.
30 hours for us. But
It was a long game.
would you both agree with this statement? If you took out the looting and took out the crafting and you took out the uncomfortably long romantic
Scenes that are in that
that
second
are
game.
in that second game, it would only be about 3.5 hours long. Am I right? Am I right? About 3.5 hours long. Am I right?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty short.
David, we appreciate you coming into the studio
Wow.
for another episode of Network Interference to talk about something that I enjoy talking about, which is video games and HBO series adaptions. I'm all about that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about some video game adaptions. You can adapt it into a movie.
Uh-huh.
You can adapt it into a TV series. You can adapt it into a comic book. They can adapt a video game into a breakfast cereal. I'm all over it. I'll eat it. Is there a Pac-Man breakfast cereal?
Wouldn't
Give it
surprise
to
me.
You have little marshmallow
yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential there. All I seem to enjoy anymore are things that were adapted from video games.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm looking forward to the Mario Brother movies.
You
Mario.
gotta say it correctly.
Okay, I'm looking
Mario.
I'm looking forward to the Super Mario Brothers again. The first
John
live action
Lake-
one, great cinema, one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm sure that the next one's going to be great. The animated one with the guy from The Office doing the voices, it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited about it. All I'm trying to say is that if you take a video game and adapt it, I'm all over it. So, Marlo, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, I really enjoyed having this conversation with both of y'all. I thought that it was interesting. I really do like this whole series, this whole franchise. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we were able to talk about it.
And David, what game are you looking forward to next?
God of War.
God of War, the new God of War.
Ragnarok. Yeah, I've been playing all the God of War. I played every God of War. I think they had Kratos on the game Soul Calibur. It's a fighting game.
Right.
They had him on there. I played anything with God of War on.
Oh, that's awesome.
In my studio, I have a God of War picture in my studio. That's how much I like it.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming in for another episode. We
Thank you.
appreciate having you here. We always enjoy talking to you, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lunavox. That's the name we came up with.